This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, let's check in with the big Pav, Matthew Pavlich. You can see him nightly on 9 News, the great man, and on Fox Footy over the weekend. How you going, Pav?
I'm good, although I'm just a bit sad looking at this scorecard of Australia overnight against the West Indies, Shawnee. We can't make a run at the moment. What's going on?
What is going on?
But, Pav, to be fair, you're not surprised, are you? So Sam Constas out for 3, Cameron Green out for 3, Josh Inglis for 5. We were 3 for 22 at one stage. Kawaja got out like about 46, 47.
Yeah, 47. Travis Head made some runs as he does quickly, and then, Carey and Cummins and the lower order having to hold up their end of the bargain by trying to scramble for 180. I mean, the blessing in disguise. It actually reminds me, and this is the first and last time I'll ever say this, it reminds me of my first 11 side back in
Sacred Heart,
South Australia growing up. We were terrible, Sacred Heart. Yeah, we were terrible at batting, but we had a couple of really decent bowlers, a couple of good mates of mine, and we used to just get in the slips and then just chip away at the opposition. Play some mind games, and if we made 180 like the Aussies did, we'd certainly back ourselves in to bowl them out. So I guess when you've got Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins and Lyon, 180, albeit is nowhere near good enough, gives you a chance for your bowlers to knock them over.
Stark has got 2 wickets already, Nat, with West Indies bowling.
4 for, aren't they? 4 for 57?
Yeah, you make a really good point there, Pav. But it is disappointing because we expect Australia over the years to bang on around the 400 mark. Honestly, we've always
at least
kind of grown up in that era of that's what happened. And at this point in time, in the last couple of tests, it hasn't been the case.
I think it just goes to show, home conditions play such a role in cricket. More so than ever before. If you go to India, it's obviously really hard. When teams come to Australia, they generally really struggle because it's bouncy. And, going to the West Indies, we are a team in transition. Constas has only played a handful of tests. Cameron Green, they're trying at number 3. Let's really hope, given he's a WA lad, that he makes a mark there. But he's obviously battled the last 3 innings. Josh Inglis as well, sort of in and out of the side with Steve Smith with that finger injury. So we are a team in transition, which is, it's always hard. And, if we segue that into footy, talk about transition, West Coast have got another debutant this weekend playing. Joe Shanahan's going to get his gig first opportunity, the number 30 draft pick from last year. So, and we heard Andrew McQualter yesterday, given the fact that McGovern and Waterman and also Allen are all out, they're looking for new leaders, and they're actually thinking about elevating some leaders mid-season into their leadership group by virtue of how many injuries and the transition that they're in as well. So it can be a tricky time for teams when we're going through that phase.
Well, it's probably not the amount of injuries, it's the injuries to the main
key
dudes.
personnel.
So
that's
that's
right.
the big problem there. But that's a great footy story. But the one that I was reading during the week, in fact, it was 24 hours ago, was the fact that you're going to be the AFL Players Association's new CEO, Pav.
Confirm or deny, Pav?
Caroline Wilson. She's like,
she's onto it.
Mavalenko.
Well, I haven't had a call from Caroline, so I'm not sure where she's getting her information from. Look, I mean, I love the PA. I haven't been specifically asked to run the process to this point in time. I still catch up with both Patrick Dangerfield, who's still on the board but stepped down for the president role, and also Darcy Moore, who is the pres, from time to time, just by virtue of, I guess, my position in that role for a long time. So I'm passionate about it, but I'm pretty busy with media and business, so I'm not sure where I'll find the time.
But if they did call you and say, hey, Pav, we think you'd be perfect for the gig.
You'd have a chat?
Look at you go. Look at you two, Coach.
Mate, we spoke to Liam Bartley yesterday, and he just gave us a few ideas of how to really grill someone in a 60-minute spotlight mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about if I just hang up? No, look, I think...
Answer the question, Matthew.
I haven't taken it seriously to this point in time. But I've got lots to consider with family and with my current role. So at this point in time, it's not really crossed my mind.
Obviously, you're committed to talking to us once a week, regardless. So
high priority.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, Pav, I wanted to ask you about Fremantle as well. Like, at this point of the time, they're playing this weekend, and hopefully for them and us, me and you, that I say, we get the bickies in this one. But there's a lot of players who are set to come back in the next month, and at the moment, like people trying to hold, like Nathan Fyfe's still trying to establish himself in the team. Can he? Jager O'Meara is going to be back. Michael Walters. the captain, Alex Pearce. Shaun Darcy will probably come into the team this week. Hayden Young's coming back from a hamstring, but he's probably a month away, and he's a jet. Sam Switkowski's...
Brandon Walker as
Brandon
well.
Walker. Isaiah Dudley.
It's funny, isn't it? Like, there's probably, only 4 to 6 weeks ago, they were scrambling to find, replacements for all the people that you just talked about. And Bailey Banfield's had to play wing, he's had to play half back, he's had to play half forward. Like, they've had to really shuffle the magnets and be flexible in a period where, their game style is actually back to where they wanted to. They're the best team defensively over the last 6 weeks by an absolute mile. Their contest game is back. And, when Freo are like that, then they're able to build their score off it. And they've actually scored really well the last 6 weeks as well. So it's an interesting phase for Justin. And this week's going to be really interesting because you have got the likes of Isaiah Dudley, Jager O'Meara, Shaun Darcy, all back in selection. So it's going to be fascinating to see what they do at selection tonight. Because
you'd be stiff to be dropped, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And selection integrity in any team is so crucial. Like, if you're playing well and you're adhering to the team behaviours and then you get dropped, well, then that's where friction can really start. And you can fray some of the culture pieces you've built over a 6 to 8 week period or longer. So, yeah, I mean, the runs are on the board for those guys that have been playing. So unless there's a real structural need or a requirement for, Shaun Darcy to come in or a Jager O'Meara, you keep backing in the guys that are getting the job done.
Pav, we were just talking about this before 8 o'clock, but it is a sporting story, so we can discuss with you. Chris Robinson, the 400-metre hurdler who was running a race overseas, and he, in the course of that race, his shorts failed him and his junk fell out of the cradle that should have been cradling it, and he was trying to straighten up his shorts as he was hurdling, and he still won. I know, incredible effort, and he was only a tenth of a second off his PB.
And the last hurdle he actually hit that.
Yeah, not with either of his legs.
No, that's right. If you see the still, he was at least 1.5 feet above that last thing, so that was quite incredible. All right.
So are you saying it wasn't a hindrance? You say it was like it wasn't a...
Well, yes.
The wing keel, if you like, didn't hold him back.
It may have been performance enhancing, as it turns out. Has that sort of thing ever happened to you?
Hasn't happened to me. Well, maybe in training once or twice. It's probably more the person that that happened to, that got snapped. Yes. A former teammate of ours.
Yes.
Paul Hazelby. Famously.
Back page of the paper.
Yes. Back page of the paper. The editor forgot to... just, blank that one out, and I think he got a nice little payout as a result. But maybe at training, sometimes if you get tackled, if you're wearing the short shorts and you get tackled, you might just accidentally pop something out. But not
you tackle, in fact, yes.
That's right. Nice tackle. But I'm Shorty, can you remember many times where this would take place?
Oh, I think it's happened to all of us, because we had those short shorts, as you were saying, but they had the netting.
The mesh,
Yeah, so if you got tackled, that happened.
And if you forgot your jocks one day, or if you're a bit running short because if you didn't have jocks on, that could be very exposed.
Low ebb in the washing cycle.
No, but we often talk to Hayes about that moment in time.
Fond memory for him.
You are, I don't think it did him any harm, but I think he probably was shortchanged, frankly.
Are we talking about the payout or something else? Yeah.
How long was that lens?
I'll let you make up your mind. I was talking from a commercial point of view, but
got it. Of course.
Good on you, Pav. Give us some tennis.
My joint, she's into the quarterfinals. Our Aussie girl, who's doing really, really well over there at. On the grass services at the Eastbourne Open ahead of Wimbledon next week. So
she took out Emma Raducanu, who's like local darling and US Open champion. So that's a great win.
She's into the top 50 and she's doing well on grass. Keep an eye out for her, and also keep an eye out for Wimbledon on Channel 9 next week.
Oh, Pav, and you can imagine me and you teaming up at Wimbledon. We would have dominated back in the grass court days.
Let's go get some Pims. Shawnee, I reckon we'll just kill it.
Strawberries and cream. Let's go. We're on board. Love your work. Thanks, Pav.
Thanks,
Pav. Talk soon.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Righto, Sunday, July 20. Put it in your diary exclusively on Main Event and via KO Sports and Foxtel. We get to see Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora 2. And if you remember back, only a little while ago when this fight went down as one of the greatest fights in boxing history, and Tim Tszyu missed out on the opportunity to win this one due to a massive cut.
Where he's blinded by his own blood for about 10 rounds?
Oh, massively. Actually, Nat, Tim is on the line right now. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Tim, how hard is it to box while you're being blinded by your own blood?
It's hard to do anything when you can't see, to be honest with you.
I know. So Shaun and I were talking about this, and he reckoned that fight should have been called off, that you would then have won on points. Is that how you look at it when you look back?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Because I had so much success, I thought I could have got him out of there, knocked him out. So, you know what, it is what it is. We move on.
Was it hard to move on, though, mate? Because you were in unbelievable form at the time, and you were winning that fight until that really nasty gash. It really compromised what you did. You did not give up, which is amazing. Not that I expected you to, but you didn't hold back for a second despite all the blood in the face, which you just mentioned. But was that difficult?
Yeah, it was. But that just shows, who I am, and no matter what's in front of me, you just got to always push through, you know? So a little bit of blood never hurt nobody, right?
I disagree there.
No, that's true.
I heavily disagree there. Right. So less than a month out for it's a world-class fight. What type of training is going on in your world?
So a lot of sparring right now. It's the main focus right now is creating a game plan and doing all the sparring and fighting guys that are tall and lanky and southpaws and working towards that.
What about as far as the weight's concerned? Do you have to work to get to the right weight, or are you just there naturally?
Yeah, I got a bit of a diet to go to.
How much do you have to lose?
I got a bit to lose. My last fight, it was a bit harder, but this time it's a bit easier. We're tracking through. You know, every fight you have to lose a bit of weight. It's not fun. Yeah. But that's why we get on the burgers and pizzas straight after the fight because of the diet.
Because you're starving.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you super grumpy leading up to the weigh-in, Tim?
Hangry?
No, I'm all right. Leading up to the weigh-in, probably in the last 2 days, you get the shits with a lot of things, and a lot of idiots come out of the woodwork as well, so that doesn't help.
How often do you get hit up for tickets? Oh, mate, can you remember me? We went to school together. We were on the same bus. Can you get me tickets? Does that happen?
Yeah. Story of my life. So I just usually send the ticket link.
Yeah.
To buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. To buy. Yeah, there you go.
Tim, I want to ask you just mentioned about sparring the right people. Sebastian Fundora, as you said, he is tall, he is lanky as all get up. And left-hander, where do you find these guys? Do you have to really trawl the world to try to get the right people? And then, on top of that, do you have to pay them?
Yeah. So we flew a guy down from America, and we flew a guy down from New Zealand. And we also got local boys. And the thing is, the boys are a bit heavier in weight because obviously there's not many people in my weight division that are that lanky and tall. But we flew a few boys down, and they're helping me out.
What type of pay you get for getting beat up by you?
Because Ross is interested in the work.
I need some money.
Maybe it's a side hustle.
How much?
Well, you know what? I when I went to spar Manny Pacquiao back in the days, they paid me $1,000 US. So I think that's the base.
Wow.
I mean, it's good that you bring him up because you're boxing on the same card, essentially. This is, an unbelievable
card.
Unbelievable fight night that we're talking about here. What's it like going to be on that same card as Manny Pacquiao, the absolute legend who's coming back to fight at the age of 46?
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. Honestly, the whole show with Pitbull Cruz starting, and then this other guy, and then me, Fundora, and then Pacquiao to finish off. It's a one hell of a show. Honestly, bang for buck. This is the show you want to watch and be at.
And I'm sure you got the ticket link for us for that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, straight on to Main Event, everyone. KO Sports.
Yeah, that's right. What's the environment like? What is Vegas like when there's a big fight like this? And because of all the celebrities are coming to town, it'll be wall to wall celebs. What is that environment, or are you too detached from it because you're just focused?
Yeah, I've been a part of spectators. I've been with Canelo's fight week. I've seen it all in Vegas. It's pretty sick. There's big buzz around. big boxing fans, a lot of Mexican boxing fans.
Yep.
But this time is going to be Mexican, Filipinos, Aussies, Americans. It's going to be everyone in Vegas. It's going to be one hell of a fight week in Vegas.
That's one hell of a smorgasbord, I tell you.
Isn't it just?
Hey, is there mental preparation? Do you meditate? Do you visualize winning? Is that a thing?
No, he should be doing that. He needs to worry about me rather than I have to worry about him. I'll just rock up on the day. That's it.
Yeah.
Visualise having tough skin on your face. That's what you need, right?
Yeah, that's all I need. True.
There must have been a part, though, after the disappointment and after the last fight, and then another disappointment that came not far after that, Tim, where you had to kind of have a break, maybe, and then just refocus. Was that a thing for you?
I got married. So
okay, that'll do it too.
That's another fight that I had to go through.
If you can survive a wedding, you can survive anything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
You're standing at the altar, you're going, oh my God.
Yeah, sweating. Would somebody ring the bell?
Oh, that's a big moment for you.
It is. It's been a big year for you then.
Yeah. Well, it finished off very well. So I'm blessed.
Before we let you go, I know you're super busy. I wanted to know, who was your hero when you were growing up? Obviously, you know, your dad's situation was one of the greatest we've seen, but a guy that you kind of looked up to and you thought, mate, that's an amazing boxer when you were growing up.
Probably Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're fighting alongside
To
him.
be sharing the show with him, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you rate Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, I like Floyd as well. I used to love his boxing style.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big Floyd fan, actually.
Mate, it's amazing to see those
He's
guys.
like Vegas in a nutshell,
Oh,
isn't
my
he?
God.
If anybody embodies Vegas, it's Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he's the definition of Vegas.
Yeah, that's
No
right.
doubt about it.
Well, good luck, Tim.
Oh,
we're right behind you.
Yeah, all Australians are, Tim.
Thank you so much.
No worries, everyone. Remember, Sunday, July 20, available exclusively on Main Event via KS Sports and Foxtel. Have a great day, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
See you, man.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.